Question 66. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. The flag. Question 67. Name 2 promises that new citizens make in the Oath of Allegiance. Give up loyalty to other countries. Defend the U.S. Constitution. Obey the laws of the United States. Serve in the military, if needed. Serve, help, do important work for the nation, if needed. Be loyal to the United States. Question 68. How can people become United States citizens? Be born in the United States, under the conditions set by the 14th Amendment. Naturalize. Derive citizenship, under conditions set by Congress. Question 69. What are 2 examples of civic participation in the United States? Vote. Join a political party. Join a civic group. Help with a campaign and more. Question 70. What is one way Americans can serve their country? They can vote, pay taxes, obey the law, serve in the military, run for office, work for local, state, or federal government. Question 71. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? Required by law. All people pay to fund the federal government. Required by the U.S. Constitution, 16th Amendment, civic duty. Question 72. It is important for all men age 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service. Name 1 reason why. Civic duty. Required by law. Makes the draft fair, if needed. Question 73. The colonists came to America for many reasons. Name 1. The colonists came to America for many reasons, such as freedom, economic opportunity, and to practice their religion. Question 74. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? American Indians. Native Americans. Question 75. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Africans. People from Africa. Question 76. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? American Revolution. The American Revolutionary War. War for American independence. Question 77. Name 1 reason why the Americans declared independence from Britain. High taxes. Taxation without representation. British soldiers stayed in Americans' houses, boarding, quartering. They did not have self-government. Boston Massacre. Stamp Act. Sugar Act. Townshend Acts. Question 78. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. Question 79. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? The Declaration of Independence was adopted on July 4, 1776. The American Revolution had many important events. Name 1. Battle of Bunker Hill. Declaration of Independence and more. Question 81. There were 13 original states. Name 5. They were New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. Question 82. What founding document was written in 1787? The U.S. Constitution. Question 83. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name 1 of the writers. James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, John J. Publius. Question 84. Why were the Federalist Papers important? They helped people understand the U.S. Constitution. They supported passing the U.S. Constitution. Question 85. Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things. Name one. Founded the first free public libraries. First Postmaster General of the United States. Helped write the Declaration of Independence. Inventor. U.S. diplomat. Question 86. George Washington is famous for many things. Name one. Father of our country. First President of the United States. General of the Continental Army. President of the Constitutional Convention. Question 87. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one. Writer of the Declaration of Independence. Third President of the United States. Doubled the size of the United States and more. Question 88. James Madison is famous for many things. Name one. Father of the U.S. Constitution. Fourth President of the United States. President during the War of 1812. One of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Question 89. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one. First Secretary of the Treasury. One of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Helped establish the first Bank of the United States and more. Question 90. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? United States bought Louisiana Territory. Louisiana from France in 1803. Question 91. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. War of 1812, Mexican-American War, Civil War, Spanish-American War. Question 92. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. Question 93. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. Battle of Vicksburg, Battle of Gettysburg, Sherman's March and more. Question 94. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Freed the slaves, Emancipation Proclamation, saved, or preserved, the Union. Led the United States during the Civil War. 16th President of the United States. Delivered the Gettysburg Address. Question 95. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Freed the slaves. Freed slaves in the Confederacy. Freed slaves in the Confederate States. Freed slaves in most southern states. Question 96. What U.S. war ended slavery? The Civil War. Question 97. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof? 14th Amendment. 98. When did all men get the right to vote? After the Civil War, during Reconstruction, with the 15th Amendment. 1870. Question 99. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Lucretia Mott, Lucy Stone. Question 100. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, Persian, Gulf War. Question 101. Why did the United States enter World War I? Because Germany attacked U.S. civilian ships. To support the Allied powers, England, France, Italy, and Russia. To oppose the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria. Question 102. When did all women get the right to vote? 1920, after World War I, with the 19th Amendment. Question 103. What was the Great Depression? Longest economic recession in modern history. Question 104. When did the Great Depression start? The Great Crash, 1929, stock market crash of 1929. Question 105. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? The U.S. president during the Great Depression was Franklin Roosevelt. Question 106. Why did the United States enter World War II? Bombing of Pearl Harbor. Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor to support the Allied powers, England, France, and Russia, to oppose the Axis powers, Germany, Italy, and Japan. Question 107. Dwight Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. General during World War II. President at the end of, during, the Korean War. 34th President of the United States. Signed the Federal Aid Highway Act of 1956, created the interstate system. Question 108. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? United States' main rival during the Cold War was Soviet Union. USSR, Russia. Question 109. During the Cold War, what was one main concern of the United States? Communism. Nuclear war.
Question 110. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? To stop the spread of communism. Question 111. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? To stop the spread of communism. Question 112. What did the Civil Rights Movement do? Fought to end racial discrimination. Question 113. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for many things. Name one. Fought for civil rights, worked for equality for all Americans, worked to ensure that people would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Question 114. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? To force the Iraqi military from Kuwait. Question 115. What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. Terrorists took over 2 planes and crashed them into the World Trade Center in New York City. Terrorists took over a plane and crashed into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia. Terrorists took over a plane originally aimed at Washington, D.C., and crashed in a field in Pennsylvania. Question 116. Name one U.S. military conflict after the September 11, 2001 attacks. Global War on Terror. War in Afghanistan. War in Iraq. Question 117. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. They are Apache, Blackfeet, Cayuga, Cherokee, Cheyenne, Chippewa, Choctaw, Creek, Crow, Hopi, Huron. For a complete list of tribes, please visit BIA.gov. Question 118. Name one example of an American innovation. Skyscrapers, airplane, light bulb, landing on the moon and more. Question 119. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. Question 120. Where is the Statue of Liberty? New York, Harbor, Liberty Island, also acceptable, or New Jersey, near New York City, and on the Hudson River. Question 121. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies. Because the stripes it represent the original colonies. Because there is one star for each state. Because each star represents a state. Because there are 50 states. Question 123. What is the name of the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner. Question 124. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? Out of many, one. We all become one. Question 125. What is Independence Day? A holiday to celebrate U.S. independence from Britain, the country's birthday. Question 126. Name 3 national U.S. holidays. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day, Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day. Question 127. What is Memorial Day? A holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service. Question 128. What is Veterans Day? A holiday to honor people in the U.S. military. A holiday to honor people who have served in the U.S. military.